What are the different stages and the different modules of the model?
Mindset was the first one. And then the second step is what I call the insight. And that is a little bit what I touched upon, understanding what the context is. And in this instance is, of course, we want to understand what kind of cultural perspectives are there. We could add other things too, power structures. We could add resources are available. Are there external threats? Things there's without limit. But if we just focus on the actual cultural bit and to find an efficient way to work across cultures, we can look, for instance, at cultural models, but they can give us a way of navigating, but we should also watch out because, of course, again, they would put the label Romanian on you, and how much would you fit into that box, so to speak? And the same thing with me, who has also lived abroad and is colored by the cultures I have experienced. So we should watch out for the labeling that sometimes come along with it, but we can use it still. So that's why the third step is there, so that we're a bit critical to how we use the mapping. There are, of course, also cultural profiling tools, and those are a good resource that we can use for the insight. Also, again, I have to be a bit critical because their snapshots can differ depending on context, for instance, and we can change. So what we are today, we might not be in a few months' time. The third or the fourth step is actually where the real magic happens, and that is the bridging. And that is really something that I'm focusing on a lot this year, because I think we are covering a lot about these foundational, the essentials, that mindset, insight, and the critical thinking, which is extremely important. But we have to move over to action, because it's good to reflect, it's good to understand ourselves, and we have to do that. But then we want to see action, we want to see some result, and that comes in the fourth step. And it could be anything really, from adapting to the best out of all. And that is when we co-create something together, bring in the different perspectives to place. But it won't happen without help. It doesn't happen by itself. The last step is applying solutions, and that is whatever we came up with in the first step, in the bridging step, we test that on reality and see, did this work out? Did we really count in all perspectives that we needed? Did we get the result we wanted, or do we need to go back? In the center is trust. And trust is both in the foundation and the action part of the reason that it is an essential we have to work on trust. And that's why it's also in the action, because we have to revisit it